So, good evening, one and all. So, this is, I think, 10th number class of Digital Circuit Gate course. Okay. So, in the previous class, we have actually started digital circuits, and I have just told about the difference between combinational and sequential circuits. Okay. And we have seen combinational circuit designs. Okay. So, what are the steps include for the combinational circuit design? First, we have to identify the number of input outputs. Next, you have to construct the truth table. Then you have to write the logical expression in SOP or POS form. Then you have to minimize the logical expressions if possible. If not possible, then you have to go for directly implementation of the same. Either you have to implement with all NAND gates, NOR gates, or basic gates, depending upon what in the question actually asked. Accordingly, you have to do. Okay. So, and we have started with some combinational logic circuit like half adder, and we have seen what is the functionality of the half adders and logic expressions, and also how to design a half adder using NAND gate and also using NOR gate. We have seen all these things. Okay. And we have then moved to the half subtractor. Okay, where we have seen that what are the difference and borrow, and how to implement it using again XOR gate and one AND gate and NOT gate for the borrow. Okay, actually borrow is A bar B, so I have used AND gate and a NOT gate for that. And we have designed a special circuit. Actually, that special circuit acts as both half adder and half subtractor depending on the control input. Okay, if the control input is 0, we have told that the circuit is actually a half adder. If the control input is 1, we have discussed and shown and proved it as well, is a half subtractor circuit. Okay, then we'll slowly move towards the next part. So we are in the half subtractor. Actually, what we have discussed in the half subtractor student. So half subtract is nothing else. It subtracts actually two binary bits. Okay, two binaries A B, and it provides us difference and a borrow. Okay, so difference is nothing else A XOR B. Okay, and borrow is, we have seen A bar B, like this. And after that, what we have seen half subtractor. So this is by logical expressions. Okay, and next we have seen one special circuit with the control logic, how we can design with the help of both a control input, a half adder, half subtractor. Now we'll move to some important questions about the half subtractor. What are those important questions? Please look into it. So mainly the important questions are like number of NAND gate. The number of NAND gate required is actually 5. Okay, in order to design this, the number of NAND gate required is 5. Like basic, you can say XOR gate, A XOR B for the difference. It requires 4 NAND gates, and A bar B, it requires again one NAND gate, because we can explore one NAND gate from the XOR gate itself. Okay, so that it require maximum 5 NAND gates. Okay, next number of NAND gates, number of NOR gates also 5. Okay, next we move to the number of MOCs required. So I will discuss all these things about the MOCs, so don't worry. It required 3 for 2 cross 1 MOCs actually. I'll discuss all this point, I'll discuss later. Okay, and fourth point is obviously number of decoder. Number of decoder required to design is 1. It's a 2 cross 4 decoder and a OR gate and one OR gate. These two things I told I'm going to discuss in brief way later on. Okay, so don't worry, these 2 points. Next, fifth one is logical expression. We have seen the logical expression of the half subtractor. What are those logical expressions? Like difference is actually A bar a a a bar B, or A B bar, as it's nothing else A XOR B, you can say. And borrow we have seen actually A bar B. Okay, so this is the way we have actually discussed our things. And now we move to the how to design this half adder, implementation of this half adder using NAND gates. So we have discussed here that we need actually how many NAND gates? This 5 NAND gates. Now we have to see how we can need these 5 NAND gates to design it. Okay, so half adder using NAND gate only. Okay, so how to design a half adder using NAND gate only? So we'll have know that our difference is actually A XOR B, and borrow is actually our A bar B. So I'm going to design it both the things, logic expressions, using NAND gates only. So see here, it's very simple. It's like same like a half adder, because we know that it require a XOR B. So you just require 4 NAND gates to design it. Very simple. This is one NAND gate first. Then it require another NAND gate like this, because we are designing a XOR B. Okay. Then it will go to another NAND gate. Okay. This also explore for this input, and finally it will be combined to your next NAND gate. Okay. So any doubt has been arised or what? Okay, so we have already discussed this thing, half adder and all. Please see my previous videos. Okay, so what is this? So this is actually we are designing a half adder using our NAND gates. How actually we are designing, see, sorry, not half adder, and now I am designing a half subtractor actually. Okay, so I'm designing a half subtractor now. Okay, we have already designed the half adder, so now I'm just designing a half subtractor. So see now how I am doing it actually. So our half subtractor is actually difference A XOR B, and borrow, which is actually A bar B. So this actually circuit which gives me the A XOR B. So difference I can get it here. So this is my A B. So this will be A, this will be my A and B bar, and so this will be A and B bar whole bar, and this will be my B and A and B bar whole bar, and finally if I solve this, you will get a AX or BX, AX or B. Okay, do you all understand? So it's very simple. So next part is what actually we have to design our borrow part. See here what I am doing, very simple. So let's say I am taking one wire here and I am just connecting a NOT gate, and I am telling that this is my borrow. So now tell me what is this actually if I do like that. So what is this logic actually? B and AB bar whole bar. So if I'll do one more actually time, this one, so AB bar, this is 2 times bar, am I correct students? So this will be nothing else my B and AB bar. Can it be okay? Do you all understand? So I can prove that this particular equation is my A bar B. Then it will be correct. Whatever that's we have done here, the connection, that will be correct, because our borrow equation is what students? It's very simple, A bar B. Okay, and I have just designed this in this way. What I have done, I have taken a wire here and I have just connected a NOT gate over here. Okay, and I am claiming that this is my borrow, which is A bar B. Okay, so here what is this expression? Why, let's say this borrow equation is now nothing else, B and AB bar. Okay, so if I am going to prove it, how is it? B and AB bar means if I apply De Morgan's theorem, break the bar, change the operator, very simple. So it will be what? A bar B or B and B bar. So B and B bar, I know that it's a 0. So it is A bar B. Do you all understand? So this is my borrow. So this signal, finally whatever I have got here is a borrow signal. Okay, do you all understand students? Is very simple. So you can design half subtractor using 5 NAND gates. Okay, so we require 5 NAND gates to design a half subtractor. Okay, now the question is how to design a half subtractor using NOR gate. Okay, so half subtractor using NOR gate, how to design it, we'll see now. So see here, so very simple, you can use the same technique actually, because we know that my difference is nothing else A XOR B. Okay, so very simple, my difference is nothing else A XOR B. So how to get actually A XOR B? Okay, it's very simple. You see here what I am doing. So this is my what? NOR gate. Okay, I'm just taking the same way, the way I have taken. I'll explain you, don't worry. So this is my NOR gate. Okay, and this is my NOR gate again. Okay, and finally I have just connected it like this, and I am claiming that this is a NOR gate. So what actually gives this? This is my AB. So what it will give, if I will going to connect here like this, which will give me a NOT gate, which will give me A XOR B. Okay, so I'm going to prove it, don't worry students. So this is what actually, this is actually A and this is A or B bar. Okay, and so this is what actually A or B bars bar. Okay, and this one is what B or A or B bars bar. Okay, finally what I will achieve here, I will achieve here actually A or B bar or B or A or B bar, finally whole bar. Am I correct, students? Understand? So this is the way I will get over here. Then finally what I am going to do, if I am going to put a not get, what I will get actually here, I am just going to remove this not get over here. So I will get actually finally A or B bars bar or B or A or B bars bar. Okay, this much only I'll get. Am I correct? Because I have been removed this using a not get, so simply I can put one more not get over here. So not get cancelled by using a involution theorem. A bars bar is A. So if I can able to prove that this will be my A XOR B, then obviously this is my difference. I can claim that this will be my difference. All of you understand, students? It's very simple. Okay, if I can able to claim this will be my, I can tell that this will be my difference. Okay, now for the borrow, what I will do, I will not take any extra get. Here I have taken here one more extra get I have taken over here, and I have proved that this is my borrow. Okay, for the NAND gate. So here what I will do, I'll just take a signal wire over here and I will extend that and tell that this is my borrow. Okay, so borrow will be A bar B. So if I can prove this one is A bar B is enough for me. So borrow is what? Borrow is actually, borrow is nothing else my A or B bars bar. Okay, so if I can prove that this is my A bar B, whatever the wire I have taken for the borrow is correct. Okay, so do you all understand? So if in order to do that, what you need to do, you just has to apply the De Morgan's theorem here. What you have to apply the De Morgan's theorem? If you apply the De Morgan's theorem, it's A bar or, so this is dot, because or operator will change to dot operator, and this will be A or B. So if I apply here also De Morgan's theorem, what I will get, students? Obviously if I apply here also De Morgan's theorem, what I will get? Very simple. If I apply De Morgan's theorem of here, I will get A bar and B bar. Am I correct? If I apply again De Morgan's theorem inside, so this will be nothing else my A bar and B bar. Okay, and what I'm applying here, I'm just applying again. Okay, if you are getting confusion, first what I did inside that, I did actually De Morgan's theorem. Okay, any doubt, students? What I did inside, I have done A or B bar, I have done the De Morgan's theorem. So I got A bar and B bar. So I have just applied here De Morgan's theorem. Now what I can do, now I can apply again the De Morgan's theorem, which is A bar for this, and this will be my A bar and B bar whole bar. Am I correct, students? Very simple. So this will be what if I do again. So this is my A bar, and if I apply the De Morgan's theorem here, A bars bar or B bars bar. Okay, so I will get how much? A bars bar is A or B. So finally A bar, if I apply distributive law, A bar B. So A bar is nothing else 0, 0 or A is nothing else A bar B. Okay, so finally I got this is the borrow equation. See here, my borrow equation, whatever I am claiming, the same signal is functioning my borrow function. Okay, do you all understand? Now you can see here. So from this I have got actually, A bar B. Am I correct? And from this you will get actually A B bar. Like this, if you do for the same equation, if you put here and B or, for this I am proving this one, B or A or B bar whole bar. If you do this I have solved actually. This part I have solved actually. Okay, which gives me actually this part I have solved, which gives me actually what? A bar B. Similarly, if you solve this the same way I have solved here, if you solve this will give you finally A B bar. Okay, very simple. Then you can finally tell that the given equation whatever I have done is actually A bar B or A B bar, which is finally nothing else A XOR B. Understand? So how many gates required, student? Very important. Many of you will do mistakes actually. We need only 5 NOR gates to design a half subtractor, and also we need only 5 NAND gates to design a half subtractor. Very important question. You just need a 5 NAND gates and NOR gates to design a half adder, a half subtractor using NAND gate, and also half subtractor using NOR gate. You just need 5 NAND gates and NOR gates. Okay. So do you all understand? So if you understand, we'll go to the next part of our syllabus, which is actually nothing else, the full adder. So what is full adder? Those who have doubt actually about the half adder, someone has asked actually. So full adder is the third number of combination logic. That's why I put a C number bit here. So what is full adder? Full adder is a combinational logic circuit, CLC, which adds three binary bits. Okay. What is half adder? We have told half adder is a combination logic circuit which adds only 2 binary bits. So there are only 2 bits as a input, A or A and B. Here our inputs will be what is the first step to design combination logic circuit? In order to find out the number of inputs and outputs required for that particular digital circuit. So I am designing a full adder. Full adder also can be written as FA. In order to design a full adder, I just need 3 input bits. What are those 3 input bits? Because it adds 3 binary bits. Full adder is a combination logic circuit which adds 3 binary bits. So in this is one binary bit which is A. This is second binary bit B. Third binary bit C. Okay, which adds and give us finally a sum bit as an output and carry bit as another output. Do you all understand? So my first step for design a combination circuit, identify number of inputs and outputs required. So we have identified here, we need 3 input bits, okay, 3 input bits, and we need 2 output bits, okay, to design it. Next we'll go for the next part. What is the next step for designing combination logic circuit? You have to construct the truth table. How to construct the truth table? First of all, you should know what is truth table. It is nothing else the relationship between input and output. Truth table is nothing else the relationship between input and output. So in order to construct the truth table, what you need to do, you need to know the behavior of the digital circuit what you are designing actually. So we know that here what I am designing, I am designing a full adder which adds 3 binary bits and give as a result as sum and a carry as output. Okay. So how I am doing here, just see it. So these are the how many combinations? 2 to the 3, because 3 variables, 8 combinations. So obviously 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 and 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 and finally 1 1 1. These are the possible combinations of my A, B and C. Okay. Now what I have to do, I have to find out sum and carry. What is sum and carry? Very simple. How to add it? See here, 0 plus 0 you have to do. 0 plus 0 is 0. Then whatever result comes, you add with C bit. Okay. Whatever the result comes between A and B addition, add with C and write down the sum. So 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 0 0 sum, and carry is also 0. 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 1 1, carry is 0. 0 plus 1 1, 1 plus 0 1, carry is 0. 0 plus 1 1, 1 plus 1, sum is 0, carry is 1. Understand students? Very simple. Next, 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 0 1, carry 0. 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 1 0, carry 1. 1 plus 1 0, 0 plus 0 0 with carry 1. While you are doing 1 plus 1, you generated a carry. So that's why this is the carry. So 1 plus 1 is 0, already a carry generated, and 1 plus 1 0 0, 1 plus 1 0, 0 plus 1 1. So sum is 1, carry is 1. Okay. So next bit is what you have to do. Next step, the third step, you have to find out the logical expression. Okay. What is the logical expression? For finding out the logical expression, you need to write out the SOP. Okay. So here sum. What is my sum actually? You can see this is my wherever the 1 is there, you have to take those combinations. This is 1 1 1 and 1. So what are those? It's actually A bar B bar C. This sum is actually A bar B bar C. A bar, B, C bar. Next A, B bar, C bar. Okay, this is A, B bar, C bar. Finally A, B, C. Okay, so what you have to do, if you solve it up, you can get finally A XOR B XOR C. Okay, so do you all understand, students, what I have to do? If you solve it up, obviously you will get finally A XOR B XOR C. I'm not doing this because you have already studied this in the in your BTech time. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, if you want to, it's very simple. You just has to apply the distributive laws, nothing else. Okay, so finally I will get A XOR B XOR C. Okay, for the carry, what you need to do? For the carry, similarly, wherever the ones are there, so see here I have 1, here I have 1, here I have 1, here I have 1. So for the carry, it is A bar BC. So this function is A bar BC. So I can write down here A bar BC. Next, which is again A B bar C, A B bar C. Next, A B C bar, A B C bar, A B C bar. Next, last one is A B C. Okay, so see here also I can prove that this final expression is actually XOR gate. How we know that? What is XOR gate? It's actually odd one counter. So see here, wherever there is odd number of ones in the inputs, here odd number ones, that's why I'm getting a 1 at the output. Here also odd number ones, but here even number ones, that's why I got 0. Okay, here I got again odd number 1, that's why I got output 1. Here again number of counts, if you do of ones, it's a even number, 1 plus 1 2, that's why it's a even number, so output is 0. Here again in even number, output is 0. Here again 3 ones, that's why it's an odd number and output is 1. So we can know that this expression, obviously if we prove it up, it will get A XOR B XOR C. So that's why I am not doing, actually from the truth table itself I can come to know that this is my XOR gate. Okay, so now if you solve this up, we have already solved this kind of things. Actually, how we can just here you can apply the distributive laws. Actually, what you have to apply, very simple. See here, you just has to extend it by adding two ABC terms. So we have already solved this. What we will get in order to apply the distributive laws, so we have just started adding, we have extended our the Boolean algebra by adding two extra terms ABC ABC. Why? We know that our idempotency theorem told that how many number of x get, or finally we'll get x only. Understand, students? That's why I have just or two ABC terms over here. So next what I will do, I'll just apply the distributive law. I can apply between these two distributive law. I can apply these two distributive law, and I can apply again to these two distributive law. Finally, what I will get, very simple. I will get AB, BC, and AC. Okay, so that's why I'm not solving all this, because we have already done in the Boolean algebra time all these things. Okay, so next to what we have got, if you can see the truth table of it, what the truth table tells here. So what the carry, very important, the carry, what the truth table tells for the carry, students, very simple. It's actually a majority of one's function. So carry can telling me here majority of one's function. Am I correct, students? Majority of one's function. What is majority of one's function? So see, if number of ones are more than 2 or equal to 2, I am getting a logic equation, logic output 1. Okay, here it is less than 2, that's why I am getting a 0. Here it is more than 2 or equal to 2, that's why I am getting a logic 1. Here it is again greater than 2 or equal to 2, that's why I am getting a logic 1. Here greater than 2, I am getting a logic 1. So carry is actually, by looking into the carry truth table, I am getting a majority of one's function. So this is actually what summation of m. What are the min terms are there? Min terms are 3, 5, 6, 7. So 3, 5, 6, 7 are the min terms. And what it express, actually this carry function is expressing as the truth table of carry shows here. Truth table of carry shows here, actually shows the majority of one's function. Understand, students? Very simple. What is majority of one's function? If number of inputs 1 at actually number of inputs 1 actually more. Okay, so you can also express by using POS. Am I correct? How? Whatever the zeros are there, if you are expressing those zeros actually that is actually your POS. So if you are going for sum, actually what you have to do for the sum, where the zeros are present, so sum you have to do pi m, where the zeros are present at 0 and at 3 and at 5 and at 6. So these are my POS expression for sum. If I am going to express it in function, how to do? 0 means it's a 0 plus 0 plus 0 and end operation with 0 plus 1 plus 1, 3 means. Next 5 means what? 1 plus 0 plus 1. 6 means what? 1 plus 1 plus 0. Now I know that max term is what? Max term is represented 0 as what way? Uncomplemented variable, and 1 will be complemented variable. Now put those things. 0 means uncomplemented. Put your A or B or C, and A or B bar or C bar, and A bar or B or C bar, and A bar or B bar or C. Do you all understand? So very simple. Somebody has asked how to express the sum and carry in the form of POS. We can express it like this. Am I correct? Similarly, carry also you can express it like this. How? You can just simply take these things. 3, 5, 6, 7 is my carry. Opposite of that can be represented as POS, which is nothing else. 0, 1, 2, 4. This is my carry expression. So I can able to write down this also in my POS. How? Very simple. You can do like this: 0 plus 0 plus 0 and 0 plus 0 plus 1 and 0 plus or. So I'm telling wrong student. 0 or 1 or 0, and finally and 0 1 or 0 or 0. So now you can express again the same way, the way we have done, like max terms. For max term, 0 means uncomplemented, 1 means complemented. So see, 0 means uncomplemented, put sorry, 0 means what? We have uncomplemented, so we have put correct. Okay, A or B or C. Okay, and here A or B or C bar, and A or B bar or C, and A bar or B or C. So this is the final expression carry in POS form. Okay, in POS form. So this is the final expression in POS, and this is the final expression in SOP. Okay, so very simple. We can express those things in POS and SOP. This is our hand actually. Just you need to take either once of the outputs. If you are taking once of the outputs, that is min terms, you have to have expressed in SOP. If you are taking zeros of the outputs, that is actually max terms, you have to have expressed it in POS. Understand? Very simple. So that is the way only I have done, nothing else. Okay, so one important question here I have told, by looking into the carries truth table, what it told, it's actually told as majority of one's function. Okay, that is very important. Somewhere we are going to use those things actually in some places. Okay, now we'll see little bit more about little bit more about the realizations, how to the last part of is what we have to realize it. So how to realize it? Very simple. You just see here the last step of our combinational logic circuit, which is actually fifth part. What is that? You have to implement it. In order to implement it, what we can do, we can have either basic gates, or using NAND gates, or using NOR gates, or using OR and realization, or using AND or realization, depending upon what type of implementation you are doing. Okay, so as we know that in order to implement, what you have to do, you should know the functions. Sum is nothing else my A XOR B XOR C. Carry is nothing else my AB, BC and CA. Very simple. So I have these equations, I can easily implement it. Okay, so see here what way I am doing, because why I am doing, because here one very important questions has been come up in GATE exams already in 2018 actually. So see here what is the question, I will tell you. First, I'll explain this. So see here what I'm doing. This is my A, B, C. I'm going to implement. Always remember, if they are using 3 input XORs, try to make it in always 2 inputs XORs only. So see here what I'm doing. I'm just taking A, okay, taking B first, and I have connected it to the XOR gate, okay, and whatever output comes, that I have connected to the another input. I have taken C and I have connected as a another XOR gate, and I can say that this is my A XOR B and this is my A XOR B XOR C. Okay, so which is actually my sum. Sorry, which is actually my sum. Do you all understand or any doubt, students? Very simple, which is actually my sum. Okay, so I have just taken two input XOR gates to design my sum. Okay, any doubt on this? Please let me know immediately, students. If no doubt, we'll proceed further. Okay, so see here what I am doing actually next. So in order to carry, what is AB? Carry AB, BC, CA. I'll check the doubt, student. Please see here. So this is my AB. Okay, next BC, BC and CA, CA, CA. Okay, and finally how it is, it will go and add up with the OR operator, which will be finally my carry, which actually gives me AB, BC or CA. Okay, so this is my carry. Okay, so what I have done, I have just implemented it using XOR gate and AND or AND and OR gate. So now see here, I am going to tell you very important question. Actually it came in the 2018. So see here what is the question. So in full adder, each logic gate has propagation delay of TPD. Let's say this is propagation delay of this gate, this is propagation delay of another gate, this is propagation delay of this gate TPD, this is also propagation of TPD, this is also propagation delay of this gate TPD, this is also TPD. Okay, in full adder, each logic gate have propagation delay of TPD. To provide some more carry output, it requires how much delay? Okay, let's say in full adder, do you understand the question? In full adder, please write down. In full adder, each logic gate have propagation delay. Okay, I have already told about propagation delay. What is propagation delay, student? It's very simple. If you apply the input to any gate, how much time it takes to respond actually to that input, or to change the to respond to that input, how much time actually it takes. Some gates will take very less time, some gates will take like in picosecond, nanosecond, like this. Okay, so this is propagation delay. Your input get propagated, okay, and it went to the digital circuit and function, and finally you get the output. Understand? So this is called propagation delay, is a propagation delay of TPD. Understand? T propagation delay, time propagation delay. Each logic gate a propagation delay of TPD to provide some or carry output. To provide some or carry output. Okay, how much delay? How much total delay? How much total delay actually? So see here, how much total delay, students? Very simple. So you see here, this is actually TPD. Okay, so it's a 2 input XOR gate. It also takes TPD, it also takes TPD, it also takes TPD, it also takes TPD. So these are all actually what actually, it's actually takes how many TPD here? T TPD, T TPD. So this sum actually takes 2 TPD. Do you all understand? 2 time propagation delay. And this carry takes how much? These all ends will take 1 TPD. Okay, and this OR gate will take another TPD. This is also 2 TPD. Understand, student? Very simple. So finally, what actually, how much it requires actually in order to generate the sum and carry as output? Full adder requires 2 TPD delay. Understand how I have told you here. So some required how much TPD? Here I am getting 1 TPD, another TPD here. So this TPD plus this TPD, I am getting 2 TPD. Okay. Similarly, these all AND gates actually 2 TPD, because if I apply A, B, and C, I am applying to all 3 AND gates at a time. So these all actually gives me my result at time TPD. Okay, finally this OR gate will give me another TPD, propagation delay. So finally I got TPD plus TPD, which is 2 TPD. Do you all understand? When this question has been come up, came actually in the GATE exam 2018. Okay, very important students, please try to understand what I have done. I have just nothing here. So everybody will make a mistake that here they will see there are 3 gates, so they will write down 3 TPD plus TPD 4 TPD. That is wrong. Okay, these all AND gates actually gives the output at single propagation delay, that is TPD. Okay, so here the question will ask actually, let's say each propagation delay of gate 4 nanosecond, how much total delay they will take for sum and carry. What you need to do, just you need to multiply 2 into 4 nanosecond, 8 nanosecond they require for both sum as well as carry. Understand? You will get sum after 8 nanosecond, at the same time you can expect carry also. Okay, because of this functionality. Understand, student? This is very important question. That's why I have written here and I have solved it for you. Okay, now so see here, what I am doing actually, I am going to implement my full adder. Okay, I am going to implement, I have implemented my full adder like this using XOR AND and all. Now what I am going to do, I can also implement the full adder using half adders also. If I have with me half adders, and one extra OR gate, then I can able to implement my full adder easily. Okay, students, what I am saying, did you all understand? Very simple, I have just told. If I am having a half adder in my hand, then easily I can able to implement my full adder. So how? You please see here what way I am doing actually. So implementation of, now next part is implementation of full adder using half adders and one OR gate. Okay, we'll see here how is it actually. I'm going to prove it actually. So see here, first of all, tell me what is my half adder. So I'm just telling here what is my half adder. Half adder is nothing else. What is my half adder, students? Very simple. Half adder is sum A XOR B carry A and B. Am I correct? So this is my half adder. So what I am doing here, I am just required for designing a half adder. I am with me actually half adder is present. So I will be having a half adder only to design a full adder, not other gates actually. So if I can have a half adder, how to design a full adder, now I am doing. And also I need an extra OR gate actually. Apart from half adder, I need a extra OR gate. How? You see here. So first of all, tell me what is this circuit. So this circuit is what actually? So this is my A, B. So this is nothing else my A XOR B. This is nothing else my AB. Am I correct? So this can be a half adder, am I say? So see here the logic expression half adder. Now what I have done for the full adder, I need actually what? A XOR B XOR C gives me my sum, and I need carry actually AB, BC and AC. Okay, this is the carry. For this part, I can easily do this. What I can do, I can take this one like this, and another input I can take as C, and I can perform a XOR operation between these two, and I can say that this is my A XOR B XOR C, which is nothing else my sum. Okay, now the carry part left out. So here how I am doing, just see here for the carry part. As we know that, so see here, just what I am doing, just I am going to prove it, don't worry. I have taken here one signal and here one signal, and I have performed AND operation. Whatever result I have got here, I have just taken this AB and make OR operation of it. Okay, OR operation of it, and I am telling here that this is my carry. So what I am doing, I am claiming something here. What is that? This is what actually this signal is AB. Am I correct, student? This I am taken from AB, and this is what actually this is my A XOR B, and this is what C. So this is finally what type of expression I'll get here? C and A XOR B. Am I correct? This one is C and A XOR B. Okay, do you all understand? This is very simple. This is my C and A XOR B. Finally, what I will get carry over here? If I'll take these two, I'll get carry as AB or C and A or XOR B. Okay, this is A XOR B. Understand, students? So if I can prove that this is my carry, which is nothing else, AB, BC and CA, then this carry also holds good, this circuit also holds good. So how we can prove that, you see here. So this circuit, how we can do here, please check it, very simple what I am doing over here. So this is nothing else, one half adder. Am I going to tell you this is my, so this is my, this circuit from here to here, I can say this is one of my half adder. And this circuit here, I can say this circuit also is another half adder, and one extra gate I required a carry. Okay, till now I have not proved this actually, students. This I have not proved. I will prove it up. Don't worry. Okay. So see here, what I have done, I can able to design my full adder using two half adders like this. How? This is my half adder which takes A and B input. Inside this circuit is present. Inside this one XOR and one AND gate is present. Finally, whatever output came, I just connected to the another input and I have connected to the another half adder over here. Okay, and whatever output comes from this, so this is one C, whatever output comes from this half adder, what I will get, either one sum I will get and another one I will get a carry from this. So these two things I have make a OR operation and I can say that this is my carry. So this only I have done here, nothing else, student. Please check it. This only I have done. Very simple. What I have done, I have taken a here, very simple. I have just taken two half adders like this, two half adders like this. Okay, and finally I have connected a carry. The carry results actually nothing else, AB or C and A XOR B. I have not yet proved this is my carry operation. I will do that. Don't worry. Okay. So finally, what I have done, I can able to design my full adder using two half adders and OR gate. Did you all understand, student? Very simple. What I can do, I can able to design my full adder using two half adders and a OR gate. Okay, so I just require two half adders and one OR gate also to design a full adder. Okay, do you all understand? Very simple and very important. Now what I have done, what we have achieved here in the carry operation, carry, what we got actually, carry is summation of 3, 3, 5, 6 and 7. So what is carry? My carry is actually what? Carry is mine summation of M. Okay, 3, 5, 6, 7. Am I correct? So if I can expand it, this is nothing else. This is my 0, 1, 1 or 1, 0, 1 or 1, 1, 0 or 1, 1, 1. If what is this? This min terms. Min terms means 0 means complemented, 1 means uncomplemented. Wherever there is complemented, put 0. Wherever there is 0, put complement. So this is A bar BC or A B bar C or A B C bar or A B C. So this is my function. So what I am doing now, very simple. I have just taken here these two and these two. Okay, I have taken distributive law. What I have taken here, distributive law. This is between like I have taken C here and I will get A bar B or AB bar. Can I do it like this? Just I have applied distributive law between these two. And here what I will do, I will just apply the distributive law again here, AB, which is C bar or C. Am I correct? Okay. So what is C? What is C? A bar B or A bar B, which is nothing else. C is A XOR B. Am I correct, students? A XOR B. And this is my AB and 1. So I can write down this carry is also can be expressed in this way. Okay, AB or C. So carry can be expressed in this way, AB or C and A XOR B. So now you see this carry equation. What is this? AB or C and A XOR B. So have I proved it or not? Carry is nothing else, AB or C and A XOR B. Very simple, students. Just I have taken the carries truth table and I have identified my min terms and I have solved it by just applying certain Boolean theorem. Just I have applied here distributive theorem. Here I have applied the postulate number 6 and finally postulate number 2, and I have achieved whatever I have told here. I have claimed here this is my carry. This holds good actually. AB or C and A XOR B also is a carry expression. Okay, this is very important, students. You try to understand this. This also you are going to utilize in some other way in later on. Please try to remember this. So what we have studied till now from the full adder, we have studied about full adder can also be designed using 2 half adders and 1 OR gate. Okay, and I have proved this also how the carry function is actually. So full adder requires 2 half adders and 1 OR gate also to design. Okay, so now we'll move to the some of the important questions of the full adder. So important questions. So important questions of the full adder. So what are the important questions? The first question is logical expression for sum. I know that already. We have written lot of times. Logical expression for sum. What is that? A XOR B XOR C, and for the carry AB BC or AC. Also we can have AB or C and A XOR B. Later on I will show you another equation also, don't worry students. Okay, so this is my equation, AB or C, A XOR B also carry, AB BC CA also one of the carry expressions. Okay, next important question, we have already proved this, number of half adder and OR gate. How many number of half adder required to design a full adder? Number of half adder and OR gate required. How much? Actually 2 half adder and 1 OR gate required. These are all important. You can expect few questions from this actually in the gate exams as well. Okay, third point is actually minimum number of NAND gate required. Minimum number of NAND gate required to design a full adder. How much? 9 NAND gates. I'll prove it. Don't worry, this one I will prove it actually. 9 NAND gates required to design it. Okay. Fourth one is minimum number of NOR gate required to design. NOR gate required to design. Also 9. Okay. And number of MOCs required. Number of MOCs required. Number of MOCs required. I'm just not exploring this now. I will tell you how much later on. Please make it keep as it is like this, because once I will tell this during mocks, there the crunchiness will get reduced. That's why number of mocks, how much required, I'm just putting it as a explanatory. I will tell you this thing later on. Okay, and sixth point is number of decoder required. Number of decoder required is actually 1, which is 3x8 decoder. Okay, and 2 OR gates. Don't get confused, students. I will tell about these things later on. While I am going to teach this combinational logic circuit, decoder and MUX, I will discuss more about it. Don't worry. Okay. Next thing is these things I have proved it actually. These two things I have proved, but I have not yet proved it require 9 number of NAND gates and NOR gates. We'll simply do that now, and after that we'll leave for today's class. Okay. So see here what I am doing here, implementation of full adder using NAND gate only. Okay, so what to do? This is also very important, students. Okay, how to implement? See here, as we know that what is my sum, students? My sum is nothing else. It is A XOR B XOR C. Okay, so this is nothing else. Two input XORs, two input XORs. Am I correct? Two input XORs, two input XORs. So how to design a 2 input XOR? Just we need 4 NAND gates. Am I correct? So I just require, in order to get the sum, I just require here 4 NAND gates to design with the XOR. So see here what I'm doing, very simple. I've just taken it like this. Okay, I just taken it like this, and finally I have taken it here again, one more NAND gate. Whatever I have output got, taken another input which is actually C, which went as another input here, and I am going to design it again the same way, which is nothing else my AND gate, and the output will be goes to the 2 and AND gates again, and this is the way we have done earlier also. Okay, okay, and finally the output will go to the another NAND gate. This I can claim that it's A XOR B XOR C, A XOR B XOR C, which is nothing else, my full adder sum. Okay, do you all understand, students, what I have done? I have just designed two XOR gates, nothing else. Just I have designed two XOR gates. You know that in order to design a XOR gate, you require how many number of NAND gates? Minimum NAND gates required 4. Just I have used this will give me the A XOR B. This will give me another A XOR B XOR C, the output. So some I can easily design it this way. Now what I am doing, just see here, very simple. What I am doing. So tell me, so I'm just drawing it. After that, I'll prove it actually. So this is what actually, this is my AB bar. Am I correct, students? Just I'll change my color so that you can understand better way. So this is my AB bar. Okay, this is my AB bar. Okay, this is my AB bar. Okay, so if I'll take this and what I will do, this output. So I have taken here the output first NAND gate. Also in the second stage, I will take the output from here also, another NAND gate. Okay, so what I will do here, I'll just